Hey, how's everybody doing? Happy New Year to everybody. I'm glad to see everybody here. I want to say something real quick. I'm sitting here working in the office on this January 1st, 2021, and everybody knows 2020 was kind of crazy. And everybody's wondering, well, what can I do so that 2021 can be differently? Sorry about that. Uh, hey, it's one of the things about going live. You never know what's going to happen. So I just want to share a few thoughts on 2021. Not even going to look back at 2020. We know what it was. We know what happened. And this is going to be a year of fulfillment, a year of purpose, a year of understanding, meaning understanding self, meaning really going for what it is you were really brought into this realm for, because you agreed to come into this place at this time with the talent, skill, and ability that you do have in order to make a difference for yourself, first of all, and a difference for everybody else after that. Because, a lot of people say you're supposed to live for other people and help other people. All this stuff is cool, but I'm a big believer in do it for yourself first. And as you maximize your own self, you become more for other people through the overflow. So just like when you get on the plane and somebody says, hey, well, the lady that's walking up and down the aisle says, hey, if something happens, put the oxygen mask over your face first. And then whoever might be with you, put it over their face. So 2021 needs to be a year about you, what you want, what you desire, what you wish, what you want to come past. It's time out for waiting. You've been waiting and you've been wondering and you've been wishing and hoping and praying and stuttering and stammering and getting ready, but not really applying yourself at the highest level. Now, you may have done some stuff, but you've never done anything really at the highest level like you're capable of doing. So 2021 has to be that year. It has to be that. It's now incumbent upon you to do what you were called to do at this moment. And today being the first day, you got 364 more days after today to do it. No more getting ready, no more planning, no more plotting, no more scheming. Yeah, you got people out there scheming too. We see you. It's time for growth. It's time for us to evolve past this just getting by survival mode. And I talk about survival mode a lot because that's basically what we're trained to do. When you go out and say, I have a job, I have a career, and I do that to feed my family, at the most, that's animalistic. That's survival. We weren't put here for survival. We were put here for thrival, going the other way, going above and beyond, not just to eat. How low must the goal be for you to set a goal to eat? What does that really say about how you think about yourself? What does that say about what you think about God or the creator or Mother Earth or whoever your higher being is? What does that really say? That just basically says you're just getting by and you're happily okay with getting by. As a matter of fact, you brag about getting by. And then the people over there that are really doing it, that are really going for it, you jeer at them and say, oh, they got lucky, oh, they this and that, but you never take responsibility for your mediocrity. And mediocrity too much in this day and age is praised because everybody's doing it. So you look around and you see other mediocre people, it must be okay. Hey, they're mediocre. Hey, they're mediocre. We all mediocre. No, we're not all mediocre. It's just most people are. That's just the way it is. And I just got to call it like I see it. So there's something inside of you that wants to come out, that wants to be different, that wants to be above, that wants to be more advanced, that wants to be more than you've been for your life. So there's an old saying that goes that the two most important days in your life are the day that you were born and then the day you figure out why you were born. And I'll say there's a third one. There's a day that you really become what you were born to be. So I'm challenging you today to draw the line in the sand. If that causes you to separate from everybody, if that causes you to alienate yourself from family, friends, relatives, neighbors, co-workers, or whatever, it's got to be that time. And I'm calling for you to, now that's only for people that want to strive for greatness. This is only for those people who know that you've been stuck and you've been hesitant because you're worried about what people might say, you're worried about what people may do, you're worried about what people might say about you and how they might judge you and how you might be cast out. Sometimes casting out is not a bad thing. Sometimes people help you out by treating you like crap so that once you get outside, you don't have to smell like they crap anymore. Sometimes that's a blessing. And sure, sometimes we take that personal and sometimes we go over and beyond just to prove to people that we are this or that we are that. But at the end of the day, you got to decide what is it that you really want. And the second part of what I want to talk about is for the last 10 years doing this coaching and training and speaking thing, I've done most of it with private clients. If you notice, I'll post a lot of, I make a lot of posts just generally talking and just generally being inspirational, but nothing really targeted. I did most of my targeting stuff through word of mouth. Like I would speak somewhere and, I get 2 or 3 or 4 referrals from the audience and then this person knew that person, but I've never really just put myself on the line and really just went all out as far as on social media because I did okay with just private clients, because I charge a little bit more than just like the average person on the street. And I'm not really bragging about that, but I'm not being humble about it either. I'm just saying that's kind of where I landed in the whole scope of it because, even with you have certain name brands, there are certain generic brands. It's just that some people shop at Walmart, some people shop at Neiman's. Neither is better than the other. It's just a preference. And where I found myself in this coaching and speaking space and training space is the higher end, as they would say, or, I was doing high ticket before high ticket was popular or before it was even a thing. And it just came natural to me. And I think a lot of that's because, I spent 10 years as a financial advisor. So when you get used to dealing with big numbers, then that's kind of how you talk and kind of how you evolve. And I just kind of moved that over to the other space. And for those who are watching who don't know, I spent 10 years as a financial advisor. And I got into that because, we didn't grow up with a lot of money. We had, health and family and all that kind of stuff. But I used to always wonder why people who I knew weren't smarter than me, the family always had more than mine. And I'll be real brief, but they're in 7th grade. I was in all the little nerd clubs or whatever, junior historian, science club. I was in all that stuff. And because I was trying to find my way, like most of us in life, we're just trying to find our way. So I was trying to find my way. So I was in all the little clubs and groups and meeting people and all that. And there was a Christmas party. And, I was all excited about it and, this because I'm meeting new people. And because like in the town where I'm from, we had either 4 or 5 different elementary schools, but everybody came together at one middle school. So I was meeting people that I didn't know. And, I was excited about that. So we went to a house for a Christmas party and we pulled up. And of course, mama was like, don't touch nothing. Don't, all the normal rules that parents tell you, be respectful. Yes, ma'am. No, Sam, please, thank you, all that kind of stuff. So I remember the house was on Mystic Lane. I just remember that name because it was like something, it was something different. So I remember walking in that particular house. I won't say the name of whose house it was. I remember walking in the house and I'm like, this living room is bigger than the house that I grew up in. And I wasn't hating on the people that stayed there. The first thing that occurred to me is, okay, these people that live here, their children are no smarter than I am. So what do they know that I don't know? So I didn't hate on them. I was just like, okay, what do I need to know here? I knew it was just a source of the information was all I didn't have because I was smart as everybody there. So I knew it wasn't they smarter than me or they hadn't, anything like that. I just knew that they knew some information that I didn't have. So that started me on this journey to figure out this whole money equation. Why do some people have so much more than others? And I'm going to pause for a second because I know there are a lot of times there are outside circumstances that determine if you have opportunity or not. Okay, we're going to keep that constant. We all know that. But past that point, it still comes back to your mindset. It really dictates what your life is. That withstanding saying that I know that there are some forces outside of you that may restrict some opportunities. But for the most part, you can make as much money as you want to make. Now, why do I bring up money? Because money dictates most of what goes on in your life. You give more attention to money than you do your family. You give more attention a lot of times than you do to God himself. Why do you say that? Okay, I'll tell you why. You spend 40 hours a week at your job. Now, let's just say if you spend an hour going to, an hour coming back, hour preparing, meetings, all that stuff, you spend the majority of your time either at work or concerned with work. So are you making the amount of money that equals that or not? Most people are not. So there has to be a mindset shift. So one of the things I learned about, and going back to that story, was I learned that in order to build wealth, you got to first build yourself. You have to know that abundance is available to everyone. Okay, I know some people like not everyone. Everyone. Whether you know how the old saying goes, where there's a will, there's a way. Where there's a will, there's a way. To build yourself, to build wealth, you got to first build yourself. And it starts with, reading, mentors, going to seminars. A lot of people don't want to do that stuff. They just want to skip over that. And all of a sudden, it's the lottery mentality. Everybody wants to, boom, be rich tomorrow. But think about it. With lottery, the reason why overwhelming majority of lottery winners that never keep or maintain their earnings is because they didn't have the capacity for their wealth in the first place. See, wealth is a capacity game. You have to build yourself up to be able to receive what that blessing is. So if that's a thousandaire, a millionaire, multimillionaire, a billionaire, that capacity has to be built first for then it to flow into whatever that container is. So, and I use the container as an analogy, because if you have the capacity of a cup, like this cup right here, yeah, that's what my office is, a we word. So if you have the capacity of that cup, let's just say, but you have dreams of having capacity of, so drinking water out of, you have to have the capacity of this first before you can maintain this level of wealth. Until then, you're going to be at this level of wealth. Now, there's nothing wrong with either, but I've never met a person that doesn't want to make more money. Not one ever. I don't care if they're a multimillionaire or billionaire, they still want to make more money. So if having more money is a constant, then we have to start working on what do I have to do baseline, foundational wise, in order to climb that mountain to receive the kind of money I want. So I did write a book called Make More Money. It's more a spiritual book than it is an actual money-making book per se, because it happens like this. Wealth happens with a two-part equation. It's mindset and it's mechanics. It's mindset and it's mechanics. What do I mean by that? Mechanics is how to do it. How many books are out there? How to invest in real estate, how to invest in stocks, how to invest in bonds, how to invest in mutual funds, annuities, life insurance. All the mechanics are out there. There are online courses there. There are in-person seminars. There are masterminds. There are all kind of stuff teaching the mechanics, how to do it. But no one teaches the implementation or the application of that mindset. Now, there are books and there are seminars on that, but the emphasis is everybody's always looking, how do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? Everybody's looking for that. So just like the 80-20 Pareto's rule, you got to spend 80% of the time on mindset to generate the 20% of the how-to on the wealth. You got to spend 80% of time on the mindset. Let me give you a couple examples. Here's my little library over here. I have a few books. For example, here's one. Says Mind is Master. You see how thick that book is? I got pretty big hands, but you see how thick that book is? It takes learning that type of stuff. Let me see. Here's another one. Hold on a second. I'll be back. Here's another one. Here's the front. The Miracle Power of Your Mind. It's going to take that kind of study for you to really reach those levels. Now, a lot of people are born into wealth. There are some people that do get lucky. I'm not going to say they're not. There are some people that do get lucky. But until you're ready to put your heart and soul into developing your mindset, it's not going to happen. Like, I know so many people that go to happy hours, that take trips, that all this stuff is fine. And you should enjoy life. But at some point, you got to prioritize. I don't want to say sacrifice. I don't believe in that. At some point, you got to prioritize. Do I want to go sit at happy hour for these 2 hours and forget everything that I went there for? Or do I want to put those 2 hours toward reading or studying or taking a course or investing in myself? You got to invest in yourself before you do anything else. It's the only way it happens. That's the best investment you can make. And I'll be teaching on this later, but as far as my hierarchy of investing, just like in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you got the triangle. to where like physiological needs are at the bottom and it goes up according to what humans really need to be fulfilled. Well, in the investing hierarchy, to me, this is just me and what I teach. At the bottom is self. You got to invest in self first. Let's just say we got a pyramid. Self first, income producing assets second, and others third. Self, assets, others. Self means even before your family. I know a lot of you believe in, hey, I got to take care of my family. I agree with you to a certain extent. You got to invest in yourself first so you can be the maximum person you can be for your family to give them the best. You can't be half-cocked and give your family everything. You got to do for yourself first. That goes to every mother, every father, every grandfather, cousin, uncle. Everybody don't agree with that. I'm cool with everybody not agreeing with that. That's just what I hold fast to. So I just want to drop in today and talk to you as far as January 1st, 2021 is concerned. It's time to do big things. It's time to do what you were born to do. It's time to get into it. So I'll be coming out with a lot more videos. Like I said, instead of just doing private clients, I'm gonna start doing a lot more public coaching, public teaching, just putting it out there for those that will. I know I'm not a good fit for everybody because anybody knows you, they know me. Anybody knows me, they know that I tell it like it is, and that's just the way I do it. I don't see any other reason not to be anything other than myself. So I look forward to seeing you down the road. Maybe you'll be a member of one of my courses, whatever IBT mastermind, whatever we got coming. Of course, the book is coming out, Make More Money. And I made it that way. And I put it simply that way because that's what it is. You know, a lot of people make fancy titles to draw you in. I'm talking specifically about how to make more money, period. That's why I named it that. So stay tuned. There'll be a lot more lives coming. We'll have a lot. I like to have fun too. I'm big energy. I'm high energy. So I look forward to it. Have a happy new year, and I'll see you over the top. Oh, I hope you like the line back